Larry, it was absolutely amazing talking to you. I have one final question for you, and this might be a silly question, but your ringtone on your phone, is it the animated X-Men animated series theme song?
Yes.
'Cause-
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I can go to sleep happy. I need that is still the greatest theme music to any show ever.
It was a yeah. And just so you know, that version of the X-Men intro was maybe the 13th or 14th version. It wasn't the first one out of the bat. The composer that we were working with he was used to just making up anything. And we kept sending it back, because it wasn't right for the show. And then somewhere in one of the versions, he had a little piece. It was just a little piece in a whole bunch of stuff. We said, look, take that part, blow it up, do something with that part. And that's where he started coming up with the music. And that's where it started from. But it wasn't the first thing out the gate. No, there was a lot of crap. I'll just put it that way. A lot of crappy openings that we were going, oh, no, God, no, send it back, no. And he kept trying and trying and trying. And so until we got the one we got. And then I drew the intro. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up next before I let you go. With that intro, just with the music, perfection. That was the only word I can think of.
Yeah, the intro I drew about 3 minutes of storyboards. It's in the book that Eric came out with. I don't have it here. And I drew about 3 minutes of animation. Then we cut it down to just the stuff you saw. But I drew a whole lot more than what we needed. It had everybody. It had the Brood. It had Dark Phoenix. It had Apocalypse. It had a whole bunch of stuff, and then we just culled it down to 1 minute.
I still get chills when I see it. I'd be flicking through TikTok sometimes. I use TikTok to promote, and I see people bring up the animated series, and I'll hear that first, and just straight away, then I see the intro coming in. I'm like, all of a sudden, I'm this little kid again, sitting with my bowl of cereal, watching the show.
Well, that's good. I'm glad it brings back I'm glad it brings back good memories for everyone, because it was I had to draw that over a weekend. I had no time, because a lot of people didn't believe in the show, so they didn't give me a lot of time to think. So when I drew the intro, I had to draw it fast. So that was like over a weekend, the X-Men intro. And then we cut it down to a minute. Then we had the music. We got music to match what I had drawn. And it was like this. Get it done. Okay. They didn't give me a lot of time to think. Yeah. I just had to go on like a gut instincts. First thought, put it on paper. Okay, that's it. Okay, next one. That's a lot of stuff. That's how a lot of stuff got done.
Well, it paid off. It worked. Your good instincts.
Thank you. I feel really good about everything now. At the time, it was like, oh shit, you're just drawing and hope everything turns out right. That was that was also the I did the G.I. Joe movie intro. That's right. And it was kind of the same thing. I had no time, so I started drawing stuff. And it was like Cobra attacking the Statue of Liberty, and G.I. Joe comes and stops him. And I was like, I had to just make up stuff and draw stuff and just come up with it quickly.
It's honestly, like I said, it's incredible with everything you've worked on. And like, I knew from the start, I knew the X-Men animated series. I knew there was Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, but the more research I'd done coming into this, the more I seen that you actually worked on, and it's basically everything, almost everything I watched growing up.
Like, yeah, 80s and 90s, it was fun. I got a chance to work on almost everything action adventure. At the end, I was working. Believe it or not, I was working on Care Bears.
I did see that, and that was a very opposite approach to what.
Yes. I had to talk them into it because they didn't believe I could work on Care Bears. But I said, no, I'm a director. Come on, give me a shot. So I worked on a CBS series, and then I did 3 Care Bear movies.
So it's just multi-talented. That's like, at first I looked twice when I seen Care Bears, and I was like,
Yes, I know.
that's wrong.
It's like Care Bears. Huh? What? Yeah, that's what they did. And I had to talk them into it back then, but it worked out. I got a chance to flex some different muscles other than superheroes. And yeah, it was fun.
So you mentioned now you're retired, and it's the only thing that'll make you come back is the X-Men. So is it just kind of now? Is it the conventions now is kind of almost like a hobby at this stage?
Yeah, it's a fun way. It's a fun hobby. Whenever they come back, well, let me put it. Whenever they come back, I'll be there.
Yeah.
But before they got canceled, it was a very nice way of my wife and I getting out the house.
Yeah.
They pay for our vacation. We go for a weekend over here in Oregon or Florida or Texas, and it was quite enjoyable. I enjoyed those. Meeting all the fans and getting out the house.
Hopefully you're back soon and we can secure you a trip to Ireland.